guys, good morning or whatever time of day it is for you. I'm Lindsay here from Grand Cayman Yoga. I am here to do a nice 30-minute flow class with you. And today's focus is kind of those areas that you tend to pack tension in. Shoulders and hips, we tend to put our tension into these areas. So we're gonna put a little bit more focus, a nice quick class, but a strong class. All right, so we'll get started right away. Coming onto our bum, take your right leg out in front of you on a slight 45-degree angle, bringing your left foot to your heel. Your heel to your glutes here. All right, now making sure your toes are turned out, we're gonna use that left arm and we're gonna press it out. Good. Find the navel drawing in, and then we'll begin to connect with our breath, right? Close the eyes, find those inhales and exhales. Good. Take one more big inhale. Keep that pelvic floor rising, navel drawn in, no tension in the neck, using that right hand to support you. Good, and release. We'll take that left foot now, bring it to that right inner thigh, and coming down. Now, if you are sensitive on your wrist, you can come onto your elbow and rise up like so, but if you can come onto your wrist, come up onto your wrists as well, and we're gonna rise up. Now, as you rise up, take a nice back bend here and begin to draw big circles with this right arm. Good. Keep your right leg squeezing solid and strong as your right heel roots down into the earth. Left knee is rooted down. Find engagement through the glutes, pelvic floors, rising navel draws in. Let the head drop back if it feels good. Keep the shoulders out of the neck as best you can. Good. And then release. Beautiful. Come down. Let's switch sides. So we'll bring our right heel up into the glutes. Good. Sitting almost like a straddled look. And then take that right arm, press it open. Come into that breath. Enjoy the Ujjayi breathing. Navel's drawn in, shoulders out of the neck. Good. Root down through that right foot. Draw in through that navel, pelvic floor lifting up. Beautiful. Good. Awesome. And then from here, your choice again to come onto the elbow or onto the hand. But we're going to rise up, right up, all the way up. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Let the head go back. And then go for those circles with that left arm. Good. Keep that left leg solid, squeezing straight. Feel the quad engaging, rooting down into that right knee. Stay with the breath. Beautiful. Awesome. All right, we'll come down onto all fours. Coming onto all fours. We're going to stack our shoulders over our wrists, our hips over the knees. And we love this place. We can come to a lot of poses from here. We'll just take a couple cat-cows, waking up that spine just a little bit more, getting that blood flowing just a little bit more. And really articulate, right? Each vertebrae. Try not to rush through it. You want to feel yourself go through, and each one in the order. Good. Beautiful. All right, bring the knees a little bit closer together without leaning out to the side. Your leg is lifting, and we're going to draw circles. So we tend to lean over to the left here as we lift the right leg. Try to lean over to the right side now. Find a nice rotation with the right knee. Good. Good. Now bring that right foot forward, all the way forward. Walk the hands forward. Good. Take that left knee back if you need to, but stack your right knee over the right ankle. Feeling a nice stretch here in the groin and the hips. Good. Soften the elbows if it's there for you, or maybe even come down onto the elbows if it's there for you. Stay with the breath. Ribs drawn in, navel drawn in. Find a little engagement around the glutes here, right? You want to feel that you're not just dumping into it. Find that engagement. Good. If you want to lower down, play with lowering down. Keep breathing. Good. Beautiful. Come back up if you did lower down. Turn those toes so they come off of the mat. Keep your left hand on the ground or left elbow. Always an option here. And then we press into your right knee and press it in the direction the knee is pointed. Look up, find a nice twist, draw the ribs in, draw the navel in. Shoulders plug into the back. Beautiful. All right, from here we come back up. And we come onto all fours. Good. Make sure you're spreading those fingers as much as you can. Good. Knees fairly close together, and let's draw circles with that left knee. Nice rotation through the hips here. Try to lean out to that left side too, so we don't lean over to the right and compensate, right? We want to really get into the hips. Stay safe in the back. Navel's drawn in. And then we'll take that big step, slowly bring that left foot forward to the top of the mat. Good, right knee comes back. Good, stack the left knee over the left ankle. Stay with the breath. Maybe even soften the elbows a little bit here. But keep an engagement through the glutes. Good, feel the muscles wrapping around the pelvis. Now if you're really tight, you might not have to feel those muscles because they're already letting you know. But it's only if you're really flexible that you need to do that. A few more breaths. Awesome. All right. Now again, option to come down on the elbow or to stay on the hand. We're going to turn our toes, the left toes off of the mat. Take our left hand onto the left knee, press it in the direction the left knee's pointed, and twist it out. Keep the shoulders plugged into the back. Good. Bring that gaze up. And as I look over here, I'm noticing there's a scorpion on our wall. Little tiny baby one. They are slowly starting to come out. Tis the season. Good. Awesome. All right, from here we slowly come back. Great. All right, we're going to come onto our forearms. Good. And when we come onto the forearms, we're going to make sure we're squeezing our elbows together, that sort of sensation, so you feel that activation. And then we're going to come up into that plank, the forearm plank. This is where we're going to get warm, nice and quickly. Draw your ribs up and in. Good. Try not to sag. Try not to have the bum too high. Find that plank leg. Push back through the heels. Push long through the crown of the head. All right, we're going to go for the mountain climber. So we're going to bring it up and back. Up and back. Nice and strong. You can start speeding it up if you want to. Keep squeezing those elbows in like you'd have a block in between your elbows. Back and forth. Beautiful. You start feeling it in the shoulders, right? We're getting the blood going into this area now. We're going to stretch it out in just a moment. We got to work it first. 2 more each side. Last one each side. Stay breathing. Beautiful. All right. Press back just for a moment. Child's pose. Stretch those shoulders and then rise up onto the knees. Good. As we rise up onto the knees are hip width distance. Inhale, sweep the arms up overhead and take your right elbow, eagle arms. Good. Feel that stretch now in behind the shoulder blades. Feels lovely. We're going to get a little bit deeper though. So keep your legs activated, keep your glutes activated. And with your elbows now, we're going to draw clockwise direction circles. Clockwise. Try not to move the lower body. Last one. Back through the center. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Take that left elbow underneath. Good. Nice and strong. Keep feeling almost like you're squeezing a pillow in between your thighs and feel that activation zip up into the glutes. Now we're going to go counterclockwise with the elbows. Try to keep your lower body still. Beautiful. Awesome. Inhale, sweep up overhead. Exhale, bring your arms parallel to the ground. Good. Plug those shoulders into the back. Draw your ribs in. Good. Feel that pelvic floor rise up. Press the pubic bone slightly forward to feel a little bit more of an activation here. Inhale through the center. Exhale, look over your right shoulder. Keep your hips squared forward. Inhale, back to the center. Exhale, over the left shoulder. One more each side. Good. Come back through the center here. Inhale, rise up. Palms pressing together. Bring your prayer hands behind the head and press the head back into the wrists. Let those elbows point up. Draw your ribs in. Beautiful. Awesome. From here, we'll bring it down, plant the hands, take it into your first downward dog. Good. And if coming onto the forearms feels safer and better for your wrists, by all means, come down onto those forearms. Just make sure you're not taking any tension in your neck. Maybe take the opportunity here to walk out your legs like I am. It just feels so good to get in the back of the legs. Definitely been running a little bit more with this isolation, so I'm feeling it definitely through the hamstrings. Good. Beautiful. Take a few more breaths. Great. All right. Take a big inhale. Spring up through the legs. Hop or walk to the top. Halfway lift. Nice and long to the crown of the head. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, sweep to standing. Nice and tall. Exhale, slowly fold back down to the ground. Good. As you fold back down to the ground, feet are fairly close together, right in the middle of your mat. Good. We're going to take our right leg, rise it up, bend your right knee, okay? And then from here, we're going to take a little pulse through that leg. So a little pulse, 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 pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Nice rotation now. Bring that right knee right up into the chest, and then we take it back up where we did that pulse. Bring that rotation around, knee comes right up into the chest, and then back. Nice, open rotation. Keep those left glutes strong. They're feeling it, right? That left leg's feeling it. Last one. This time when we take that leg back, straighten it back, and we'll step back, coming into warrior 2. Find your way onto your mat, and then root to rise. Ground down. I love to say root to rise first because you need to create that foundation first. So root down into it. Try not to grip with the toes, right? We want to be gentle on those knees. Ground down through the rest of the foot so the legs activate. And then reaching the arms nice and long. Nice soft gaze, looking off of the fingertips. Go deep here. Turn those toes even out so you can get a little bit deeper into the hip. Good. Beautiful. Plug those shoulders into the back. Good. Inhale, reverse warrior. Good. Exhale, we're going to come full side angle. All right, so take your left hand towards the ground. Use that left arm to press it open. Right arm's going to reach straight up. Good. Nice and deep through the hips. Use that left arm to press it open. Stay breathing. Hold it strong. One more big inhale. Gazing up to that right hand. Exhale, release, lizard pose. Hands come to the inside of that left foot, and we pivot down. Good. Right knee comes to the ground, or you can even keep it off the ground if you're sensitive on your knees, right? You find what feels good for you. It's a little bit challenging because you're having to keep an activation through the leg, right? But if you are down here, just don't plop into it too. Still try to keep a little bit of that activation through. Good. Awesome. Great. From here, we'll press back. Come into a high plank, downward dog, make your way. Big inhale. Spring up through the legs, look between the hands. Let's hop to the top. Halfway lift. Long through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold down, root to rise, nice and tall. Big inhale, and then slowly exhale, fold back down into the earth. Beautiful. Great. Inhale, rise that left leg up. Use your hands to support you. Nice squared hips, bending through that left knee and pulse. Pulse, pulse, pulse. Find these little pulses. Good. Now bring that knee into the chest. Hug it right in. Pull that navel in. And then rotate. Good. Now keep your hips stable as you rotate, right? It's almost like you're trying to lean your hips. And actually, I'm realizing I'm going the wrong direction, right? Because we just went back, and then we rotated around. So try to go the same direction as you did for the other side. And lean to the direction your leg is lifted, right? Don't lean over to that right. Great. All right. Take that left leg back behind you. Nice and straight. Step it back. Come into your warrior two. Zip up through that pelvic floor. Reach those arms wide. Staying breathing here. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, we're going to come right into that full side angle. Go for it. No weight bearing if you can on that right hand. And use that right arm to press open the right knee as your gaze comes up to that left hand. Nice straight line, fingers pointing to the ground, all the way up to the sky. Keep the back leg solid, strong. Feel through the glutes, right? If you're not feeling in the glutes, you're not hugging the leg strong enough. All right, drop through that pelvic floor so you start feeling it through the core. Ribs draw in. Press open that right knee just a little bit more. One more big inhale. Exhale, release. Good, lizard pose. Set it up. Good, soften through the back of the heart. Stay with that breath. Beautiful. Come back onto the hands, press back, high plank to downward dog. You can vinyasa flow through here if that is there for you. Only go for it if it is. Downward dog. Good. All right. Great. From here, take our right leg, reach it back behind us. Now we're going to get into the shoulders a little bit more, and we're going to use the back, use the shoulders. So we're going to look between our hands, and we're going to hop. 3 little hops. Play with it, and then step it through into the lunge. Find your lunge. Back heel nice and high. Root down to rise up. Square the hips, square the shoulders. Arms rise up. Good. Beautiful. Good. From here, we're going to take our left elbow underneath. Eagle arms. You've been here before, so we got a good idea, but left elbow underneath. Good. Try not to create anything in the neck, right? We want to keep it nice and relaxed in the neck. Feel the stretch through the back, through the shoulders. Good. Now bend your left knee. Bend it, bend it, bend it. Almost like you're going to touch the ground, but not. And then spring up. Come into your full eagle. Take your time so that you can do it nice and stable. Squeeze the thighs. Squeeze the elbows. Feel the strength of your legs. Squeeze your legs together like this is, you're holding something in between your legs and you cannot drop it. Beautiful. Awesome, release. Stoop nice and tall. Exhale, fold down. Beautiful, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Hop or walk the feet back. You can vinyasa flow through or just come right into your downward dog. Great. Left leg, rise it up. Just enjoy that stretch to start. Keep even weight through the hands, plugging the shoulders into the back. Look forward and let's hop. 3 hops. Use the back. Use the back. Use the back. You can do the forearms too. It's a little bit trickier because it's almost like you're doing dolphin, right? Then we step it through. Rise up. Good, nice lunge, back heel, nice and high, right up over the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms up over the head. Let's take the right elbow underneath. And then behind those shoulder blades. Good, let's bend that back knee. Bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it. Don't touch the ground, just hover right off it and spring up. Wrap it around and exaggerate how you wrap it around so you can get it right around. Now if you need to use the toes to balance you, bring those right toes to the ground, but otherwise hook it around, point the toes down, squeeze the thighs, squeeze the arms, nice long spine. Good, bend those knees, try not to hunch forward, chest shines forward, and release. Beautiful. Exhale, fold down. Awesome, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, walk the feet back. Right away, we're gonna come into that dolphin pose again. All right, so forearms here. Squeeze them into one another like you're holding a block in between. Your bum's nice and high. Just enjoy that stretch. Great, so we're gonna take a big inhale and come into a plank on our forearms. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, squeeze the legs, push back through the heels. Exhale, keep that navel drawn in. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, hold it here. All right, rise your right leg up. Pulse, 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 pulse. Stay in the back. 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee out. Take it out. Hold it out. Strong. Beautiful for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You got it. Come back to the center. Halfway there. Rise it up. Pulse, 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 pulse. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it out. Hold it strong for 5, 4, 3. Use those glutes, right? Nice and strong. Take the brunt out of the hips and release. Good. Come all the way down to the belly. Good. Keep the forearms on the ground. Keep the shoulders out of the neck. Good. Let that chest shine forward. Let that sternum rise up. Beautiful. All right. Hopefully you're sweating just like me. Nice and juicy. Anytime you do yoga outside, you're guaranteed to get nice and sweaty. And I hear some thunderstorms in the far distance, which is lovely because it's been about a 3-month drought here in the Cayman Islands. All right, so from here, we're coming down, hands stacked, forehead down to the hands. Bring the knees out, about width of your mat. Okay? And then we're going to take our feet together. Good. So your knees, make sure they're not going wider than the mat. It is very easy to let them go wider. We don't want to collapse into the lower back too much. All right, so what we're going to use is the glutes. We're going to lift, pause, and lower. Lift, pause, lower. Try not to lift the upper body, right? Keep the elbows down, hands down, head down. Lift, pause, lower. Make sure you pause. Let's do 9 more. Press that pubic bone down. Use those glutes. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Awesome. All right, from here, we're going to rise slowly back into that child's pose. Keep the knees a little bit wider, bring the feet together, and then press back into that child's pose. Forehead down. Bring the palms together, stretch it out. Stay with the breath. Good. And it's really hard. I have like a bunch of poses I still want to try to fit in, but I'm running low on time. So another opportunity for another class. But I find the 30 minutes work perfect for the everyday life, just in general right now. It's hard to carve out time. Seems to be more on our plate with staying home, juggling everything from electronics. It's tricky. Missing our connection with humans. Let's just take one more deep inhale and exhale. Beautiful. All right. We'll rise up here, coming up. Beautiful. We're going to take now our right knee, bring it right in between our hands, and take your right foot out to the left side. We're going to take the left knee, tuck it in behind, and bring that foot out to the opposite side. Now for some, this might not be doable. So if you can, try this out. You're coming now onto either a block, a pillow, or flat onto your bum. You're going to start feeling it nice and strong. Put the weight into the knee. If this is really easy for you, then by all means, start folding forward. Okay? If this is not possible for yourself, then what I want you to do is the same idea, but instead come onto your back. Same idea, cross those knees into one another, and you're going to grab your feet. Depending on your knees or hips, there might be that restriction that you have to do this, but you're still getting into that hip, and you just got to play with the feet, right? Pull down, kick up, and then you'll find that sweet spot. Good. If you are sitting up, sit up nice and tall. Keep that navel drawn in. Take your left hand out to the left side, and then, ooh, there's a scorpion right there too. And reach up and over to the left side. Note to self, where do I have a shoe? They're all like a bunch of babies right now. I just don't want them to get bigger. All right, let's switch legs. So we come back to the center. If you're on your back, just switch your legs, taking the other leg on top. And if you're on your bum, switch your legs the other way as well, taking the opposite leg on top. Good. Now you can see I'm looking around just to see, make sure there's no other in my vicinity that I'll be touching. Good. Stay breathing. The joys of living in the jungle. I'm sure you can hear the birds around me. You got parrots, we got chickens, doves, woodpeckers, dogs. Good. So let yourself ground down, root down, get into those hips. Trying to almost stack your knees here. Keep that navel drawn in. Stay with the breath. A few more breaths here. Just let yourself ground down. Take this opportunity just to root into the earth, into the ground. And we'll take our right hand out to the right side. Keep the bum nice and flat. If you are on your back, just keep working those hips. Don't worry about that side stretch so much. Beautiful. All right, take your legs straight out in front of you. Come sit up. Pull the flesh back. Press the head back into the hands. Feel that nice opening through the front. So especially now, we tend to be sitting on devices, sitting in our chairs, and we're really rounding forward, right? We want to find that opening. So feel that stretch that comes with pressing the head back into the hands. Elbows nice and wide. Inhale here, exhale. Let's look over that right shoulder. Keep your feet equal and really peel in behind that right shoulder blade as you look over that right side. Good, back to the center. Inhale, exhale over the opposites. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. All right, now I don't think this is anyone's favorite pose that I'm about to do, but it is such a necessary pose. All right, so it's frog pose. What I'd encourage, if you're on a really hard ground, fold the outer edges of your mat over just to get that little extra cushion. Okay, what we're gonna do is kind of look like a squished frog on the road. So we're gonna take our legs out, our knees out as wide as you can handle, with keeping your ankles directly below your knees into that 90-degree angle. Good, so as much as your hips will allow you to go out, right? And then from here, we're gonna come down onto our elbows, flex up your feet, and we're gonna sit back. Good. We'll take about 2 minutes here. Sit back more and more. Breathe through. Notice what comes up when you sit in this. Try not to come out of it unless you've had any sort of major surgery that you shouldn't be in this. Otherwise, when it starts getting uncomfortable, this is when your practice begins. Get into the breath. Move that breath into these areas of tightness, of tension. little bit here. Stay with the breath. Maybe feel like you can go back just a little bit deeper. Play with it if you can. Beautiful. And now the key is to come out of this safely. So we slowly come forward. Slowly, slowly, slowly come down onto your belly, your pelvis. Good. And we'll bring the legs back together. Good. And then make your way onto your back. Good. As we come onto our back, all right, we're going to bring it nice and flat onto the back and bring that right knee up into the side of the ribs. Hug it right in. Good. Now take this right knee all the way over to the left side. Stack your hips. And bend your left knee now and reach your right hand back to grab your left foot. Nice deep twist. You can kick into that hand, stretching out through the shoulder, twisting it out. Nice deep bring out. Keep the navel drawn up and in. Beautiful. And then we'll get ready for the other side. Take your time. Nice, slow transition, keeping it safe. Hug it in. Right in. And this is good for the digestive system too. Now let's twist it out. Stack the hips, really important. Make sure you stack those hips, a little bum chum back. And now your right leg bend and that left hand reaches back. Grab onto it, kick it. Good. Release. Let's come nice and flat down onto our back for our Shavasana. Let yourself just sink into the earth. Try not to let any other part of your body touch any other part of your body. If there's one last pose that you feel you need to do, one of my favorites I love to do, since we definitely work the shoulders, is to come into plow. So I'm going to take my plow just to kind of open up through the spine, just nice and slowly. But if Shavasana is there for you, take Shavasana. My back body's been really tight with all the running, so that's why I want to take the opportunity. But otherwise, Shavasana is there. If any thoughts come to the mind, let them just float by like clouds. slowly here begin to wiggle your toes, your fingers. Reaching up overhead and stretching it right out. And with your eyes closed, roll over onto any side where it feels comfortable in a fetal position. And only when you're ready, press yourself up into a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands into our heart center. Just take a moment here to notice how you feel. Notice any space, any shifts, any changes. And then take a moment here to feel gratitude for this day, for this practice, and for this body so we may enjoy these practices. Thank you for joining me here today. May the light in me bow to the light in all of you. Namaste.